Hello friends, today we'll discuss about the various events of Scrum. As a Scrum Master, as a team member of Scrum team, in Agile methodology, you need to know that what are the events of Scrum. If I'm talking about the Scrum events, first it will come the sprint refinement, but it will not a Scrum event. In case of sprint refinement, basically the product owner will check with the team, that means the developers, the scrum master, that everything is ready. Everything is ready about what? Everything is ready about to take the user story. The team is self sufficient, they are self managing. That means they are ready to take the user story to the sprint backlog. It is basically the sprint refinement. After that, the sprint planning will start. From sprint planning onwards, the actual Scrum event is takes place. Okay. So in sprint planning, the Scrum Master basically is a facilitator. He is a facilitator between the coordination between the product owner and developer. On that day, the developers they talk with the product owner, and after the discussion, the developers will take the user story, and I will make the separate video as well regarding the epic, the feature, the user story, the task, what all these, what are they all about. I'll make a separate video. So on that day, now again I'm back to my previous conversion. So in the sprint planning day, the product owner convey his or her message to the developers that what are the products they are going to build, to whom they are going to build, what are the value additions they are going to add. So all these things will be discussed on that day. Okay, so this is basically the sprint planning. After that, the daily scrum basically it's a 15-minute scrum meeting. On that day, as a scrum master, you can or you cannot join the meeting, but you should keep an eye that the every team members is joining on that meeting, and it is a time boxed, that means it's a 15 minute. Okay, and one of the thing regarding the daily scrum, it's not for the daily scrum, it's for the all the scrum events. It should be happen to the one place. It's not like that it's today it's happening this place, next day it's happening to the different place. It's not like that. Okay, so this is all about the daily scrum. And one more thing, the daily scrum, what are the things we'll discuss basically in the daily scrum, the developers will discuss about that what we did yesterday, what we do today, and is there any, is there any blocker or anything else. If is there any blocker or any third party dependency, third party team dependency is there, so how we can resolve that. As a scrum master, you need to interaction with the team. Is there any help is needed from your side, from the developer side to you, so you have to interact those things, you have to manage those things. That may be possible that the developers need to connect with the different teams, so in that time you must have to work as a coordinator, that means the developers and that the third party team. Okay, so these are the activities basically, the daily scrum. And one more thing, in the daily scrum, the client stakeholders they can join. There is no issue, there is no harm that they will not join. Obviously they can join, but they should be the mute spectator. They will not tell anything within the meeting. Okay, so this is the daily scrum. So initially I told about the sprint planning, initially I told about the sprint refinement. Okay, then the sprint planning, that is the first scrum event, then the daily scrum, that is the second scrum event. Now I'm telling about the sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective, basically once the sprint is over, everything is done, so in that time there is a, you can the, I can say the joint discussion forum. The product owner, the scrum master, the developers, at the same time on that event, the stakeholder, customer, they will also join. They will give you feedback that what's this requirement, is there anything extra requirement is there or not. So they will discuss all those things, and based on that the developers will decide what we'll do to the next sprint, all those things, what are the user stories we'll pick up for the next sprint, how product owner will decide that how we set up my product backlog, is there any changes required or not. So this is the activities on the sprint review. I'm telling you just one example. Suppose you are making one login page, okay, and on login page you have to first enter your user id, then you have to enter your password. So suppose you have created one password section. Now the from the stakeholder side, from the customer side, they are, that they are want to such type of password, like you have to some capital letter, there is some alphanumeric character, all those things they are requirement. It's not, they are not want any simple password like structure. So like it's their requirement. So you, that means the development team, they will implement this kind of things to the subsequent sprint. So okay, so this kind of discussion, all those things will take place on that the sprint review meeting. After that, the final and last one, that means the fourth. Okay, the fourth step is, that means the first one is the sprint planning, then daily scrum, then sprint review, then fourth and final one is the sprint retrospective. On that day there is a misconception. First I am clearing that misconception. On the sprint retrospective, on that day, no one is product owner, no one is scrum master, no one is developer. Everyone is under the same roof. That means everyone is team member. On that day, no one outside person. That means even your project manager will not enter on that sprint retrospective meeting. On that day, as a scrum master, you can ask to the developers. As a product owner, you can ask to the developers. Even in the developers can ask you any question that Mr. Scrum Master, you are not doing your job properly, you are not doing any facilitating work, the coordination between the product owner and our team. So that kind of discussion can take place on that day. On that day, no one is product owner, no one is Scrum Master, no one is developer. Everyone under the same roof, everyone under the headline, under the tagline of the Scrum team. So this is all about the sprint retrospective. On that day, basically the sprint, the not sprint, actually team will review about themselves, that what we did, what we can do, what we'll do for future for our better product value deliver, all those things they will deliver, they will discuss basically on that day. So and one more thing, there are different type of techniques are there for the sprint retrospective. You can go for the 4L technique. 4L, that means the lacked, learned, liked and longed for. If we take the four words in the first initial letter, then the L. That's why it is known as the 4L. You can go for the sailboat technique. You can go for the, what can I say, the mad, glad and sad technique, because every time the one particular technique will not work every time. So you, as a scrum master, you have to decide the what techniques I will take in which time. Okay, so these are the techniques, these are the all these things about the sprint retrospective. So this was all about the different scrum things, that means the different scrum events. And the subsequent videos I will make more videos regarding the scrum, all those things. So subscribe my channel and share my channel as much as possible. Thank you.